Sup you beautiful people. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Welcome back to another new episode of What If Naruto Had the Omnitrix. Check out the author of the fanfiction, and give them some love, link is in the description. If you guys enjoyed this what if, comment down below and let me know. And go ahead and check out other what ifs in the channel after watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and also share this video with your friends. So now let's start this video. In an underground lair, Danzo stood in his quarters deep in thought, until two of his Anbu appeared. What have you learned? He inquired. Itachi has abandoned the Akatsuki and returned to the village. One began. We have reason to believe he told the truth about what happened that night years ago. The second put in. I see, Danzo answered. Then you know what you have to do. Yes sir. They answered before vanishing. Danzo gripped his cane tightly, and thought, Itachi, you reveal such classified information. You really are a traitor to the village. And now I will make up for where you failed to finish. Out in the training field, Squad 7 minus Kakashi were getting in some training spars. Naruto was squaring off against Sasuke, while Sakura was going up against Akane. As the girls spared hand to hand, they couldn't help but notice Naruto and Sasuke truly going at it. They paused for a bit and spoke to each other. Naruto and Sasuke certainly aren't holding back, Akane noted. Especially since they're not using their aces. Sakura put in. When the spar started, Naruto hadn't been using the Omnitrix or his tailed beast chakra, just as Sasuke wasn't using his Sharingan. The two, not wanting to fall behind the boys, resumed their sparring. After 2 hours of training, the four were sitting down and enjoying lunch. That was some workout, Naruto said, as he ate. I'll say. You wouldn't believe how tempted I was to activate my Sharingan while fighting, Sasuke admitted. Truth be told, I was also tempted to transform, Naruto added. Glad you two had enough restraint to not do either of those, Sakura said. You may need them against enemies, but I doubt you'd have reason to use them against each other, Akane put in. Yeah. We'd be more than likely to blow the village up if we used our full power against each other, Naruto laughed. And that would be bad, Sasuke chuckled. Naruto looked at Sasuke curiously. By the way Sasuke, what was it Azmuth wanted you and Itachi for these last few days? Yeah. Azmuth's been wanting to see you more than ever, Akane realized. Sasuke, seeing their suspicions, answered, well, I was hoping to save this as a surprise for later, but I guess you guys earned a sneak peek at what we've been working on. Sasuke stood up and closed his eyes. The three looked curious until Sasuke opened his eyes, revealing they had changed. They were in fact Sharingan, but the form looked like a six-pointed star. Sasuke's team were surprised, as Sakura spoke. Sasuke, is that? Yes. The Mingekyo Sharingan, he answered. But how? Akane asked. Don't you have to kill someone close to achieve that? That was once true, but thanks to the Galvan technology and Azmuth's intelligence, he was able to help me reawaken it, without the need to kill someone. Naruto smiled. Galvan technology, the greatest gift in the universe. Sakura nodded, before speaking to Sasuke. It's great to see you've awakened the Mingekyo, but you know of its drawbacks. No longer an issue, he replied. It isn't? Naruto asked. Nope. Thanks to Azmuth's technology he used to restore Itachi's sight, the same was done to me to keep me from losing my own sight. That's awesome, Naruto cheered. Akane smiled until she sniffed the air, and fell tense. Everyone, duck. She tackled them to the ground as an arrow almost hit them, but instead hit the ground. What the hell? Naruto gasped, as they looked, seeing no one around. Akane? Sakura inquired of their state. Akane whiffed the air, they fled. Naruto looked over at the arrow, seeing something attached to it. He took it and unrolled it, revealing a message. Sasuke, you better read this. He handed it off to Sasuke, who read it out loud. Naruto and Sasuke, I commend you on how far you've come. But now it's time I put you to the test and see if you're truly worth to be Konoha shinobi, considering all the secrets you've discovered. Meet me at the Misaki Shrine in Konoha. And come alone. Sincerely, Danzo. Danzo? Sakura and Akane gasped. Naruto squinted. What's he up to? Nothing good, Sasuke answered. Naruto, Sasuke, you don't plan on going, do you? Sakura inquired with worry. You know it's a trap, right? Akane asked. Of course we know, Sasuke confirmed. And you're still going along with it? Sakura asked in disbelief. We wanted to find Danzo and make him pay for what he did, Naruto answered. Now we have a chance. But you remember what Tsunade-sama said about doing drastic things behind her back? Akane reminded him. Which is why you will be going to her, Master Azmuth, and the others, and be ready if something goes wrong. Sasuke replied. And we know stuff will go wrong, Naruto assured. Trust us, we know what to do, Sasuke put in. The girls were still nervous about their teammates' plan, but knew to trust in them. Okay. Good luck, Sakura said. The boys nodded, before heading off. Akane turned to Sakura. Come on, let's warn everyone. The two girls headed off as well. As Naruto and Sasuke were heading to the Misaki Shrine, Naruto spoke. Hey, if it really comes down to us fighting Danzo, do you think we stand a chance? He may be more old and crippled than the Sandaime, but we should still be prepared for the worst. Sasuke replied. Naruto nodded, as they too came upon a shrine located in the outskirts of Konoha. This is it, Naruto said. No turning back, Sasuke added. Come on, Naruto ordered, as they walked forward before entering the shrine. Inside it was dark, but the two stood their ground feeling ready for anything. Suddenly the lights came on, and the boys saw Danzo standing before them. I knew you boys would come, he greeted them. Naruto and Sasuke frowned, as Naruto spoke. What's this all about? Yeah. Why call the both of us out here of all times? Sasuke inquired, but already knew the answer. You two know secrets that are vital to the village. Secrets that'll stain the very name of our village. Danzo answered. Then this is about the Uchiha massacre. Naruto guessed. Sasuke frowned at the old man. You had my brother slaughter our clan. It was not only my decision, but the decision of Hiruzen and our old comrades as well. Danzo corrected them. Nevertheless, Naruto replied, you made Itachi commit the ultimate act of treason, staining his very reputation. It was to preserve the peace in the village by eliminating the chances of a possible uprising. Danzo argued. Somehow I wouldn't be surprised if it was you who secretly encouraged my clan to plan an uprising. Sasuke tightened his eyes. Don't presume too much, boy. After all, it's in the Uchiha blood. What? Sasuke asked. All Uchiha have been cursed with hatred ever since before Madara Uchiha. And that hatred lives on no matter who the offspring is. It was just a matter of time before one of the Uchiha would eventually decide to rise up against us of Konoha, because of their sense of superiority. You felt that into everyone's head ever since the day Kurama was released onto the village. Were you secretly a part of that too? Naruto demanded. I had nothing to do with the events that happened 16 years ago. But everyone knew it was an Uchiha behind it. After all, Sharingan is the only power aside from the first Hokage's wood release that can control a tailed beast. Since that day everyone knew it had to be an Uchiha, but putting blame on them without further proof would be bad for us. And yet still they knew you all blamed them for it, Sasuke said. It was in our best interest to keep a close eye on them since that night, and it's a good thing too. Hiruzen's attempts to settle things peacefully were in failure. So in a last-ditch effort we called upon Itachi to make the ultimate act of loyalty to our village. And had him murder all but me, Sasuke concluded. Actually, your living was not originally part of our plan, Danzo spoke, confusing the boys. Itachi spared you on his own accord. I wanted you to be taken out of the picture as well, but Hiruzen wouldn't have it. I actually agreed and felt it would be best that if you did take Itachi's life and avenge the Uchiha, then there may be hope. Sadly both you and Itachi have ruined our hopes. Speak for yourself. Don't add Jiji to it, Naruto warned him. And now that you both know the truth you must be eliminated lest you go blabbing this to anyone else in the village. Not that anyone would believe you over me, Danzo said. They would if we had Jiji to back us up, Naruto retorted. Then you would have stained Hiruzen's name and all those related to him. Can you live with that shame? Danzo challenged him. Naruto frowned, seeing the downside to that. Okay, even if we do keep this a secret, why are you so bent on the two of us? Yeah? Sasuke inquired. Both of you are our village's biggest assets, and yet you're also threats as well. The old man explained. Threats? Sasuke asked in outrage. You Sasuke are one of the only two remaining pure-blooded Uchiha left. And yet you still, as much as any Uchiha, have the potential of going mad with hatred as Madara did. Danzo turned to Naruto. And you, Naruto. You are in possession of a tailed beast with its chakra at your disposal. While I won't deny you have mastered control of such powerful chakra, if you still fell into the wrong hands that power could destroy the world. And more so, you possess the Omnitrix, a device sought by many criminals and deviants out there in the galaxy. Therefore you attract more problems than you solve them. What's your point? Naruto growled. The point I am making is you two, while being important shinobi to our village, you're still viable to be used against us. Which means you two must be restrained and limited to what you're allowed to do. Danzo squinted his single eye. In other words, you want to keep us caged like animals and only use as a last resort. Sasuke called him out. You creep, Naruto shouted. I am only thinking of what's best for the village, Danzo retorted. Naruto scoffed. Oh, well, aren't you a saint? Have you really been watching us over the years? Because if you have, then you've been blind this whole time. Sasuke and I have learned how to control our powers better than any shinobi here could have ever done. But you're too paranoid and blinded by fear. You want us to be restrained. Well, guess what, pal? You can't cage us. Danzo scowled. Such insolence from children who have yet to truly experience war, conflict, and pain. Naruto and Sasuke frowned, as Danzo continued as he reached into his shirt and pulled out a syringe containing a green liquid. If you cannot come along quietly, then I have no choice but to restrain you myself. He stuck the syringe into his right shoulder and injected the liquid into his bloodstream. What did you do? Naruto asked, having a bad feeling about it. I've just injected myself with the DNA of a methanosian. A swamp fire. Naruto gasped. Why would you do that? Sasuke demanded. More importantly, how did you get that? Naruto inquired. Before the Konoha Plumbers faction was shut down years ago, I managed to smuggle some alien DNA formulas that were preserved for study. Just in case. And now I will use the powers of the Methanosian to make you submit to me. Danzo groaned, as the alien DNA started spreading throughout his body, and he started mutating. Naruto and Sasuke gasped as Danzo's whole body started turning green, black, and red. His skin started turning plant-like, and sprouting from his right shoulder was an arm due to the Methanosian's regenerative ability. Naruto and Sasuke gasped seeing the swampfire form of Danzo now standing before them. Naruto turned to Sasuke and spoke, "Would you agree that's one of the most disgusting things you ever saw?" "Yuhe." Sasuke confirmed. "Good," Naruto said, as they continued to stare Danzo down. Danzo held out his right hand at them, for the good of the village. He told himself before launching a jet of fire from his palm. Danzo blasted Naruto and Sasuke with a jet of fire from his palm, only for the two to jump away. Naruto looked over at Sasuke, "Time to get in the same, Sasuke." "Right." Sasuke drew his sword. Danzo looked at both of them, "You boys stand no chance against me." He tapped the floor, and vines started emerging from it, were multiple vines that tried to snatch them. Sasuke was using his sword that was covered in his lightning chakra to slice the vines, while Naruto quickly turned into Big Chill, and breathed his ice breath on the vines, turning them to ice. "You only have the power of a swampfire, Danzo. I have the power of multiple aliens." Big Chill responded, as he shifted into Diamond Head and started firing shards at Danzo. The old man got hit by some of the shards, while the rest ended up hitting the walls of the shrine. Sasuke ran at Danzo with his sword charged up and ready to strike him. "This is for my family." He attempted to stab Danzo, only for more vines to emerge from the floor and bind him. "Foolish child." Danzo mocked him. "No. Foolish old man." Sasuke retorted by unleashing a force of Chidori from his body, repelling Danzo and freeing himself from the vines. The force from the Chidori ended up blowing the shrine up, leaving nothing but rubble. Gosfriak flew out from the ground and became Naruto. "Overdid it by that much?" he asked in sarcasm. "Hey, it worked," Sasuke replied. Danzo emerged from the rubble. "I'm not through with you yet." He powered his fists up with fire and went at it with the two again. Naruto transformed into Water Hazard and blasted Danzo with water blasts to put his flames out. "Sasuke, well, he's down." Sasuke smirked and stuck his sword into the ground and channeled his lightning chakra into it. This process sent a fissure of lighting at Danzo, splitting him in half. Sasuke smirked, "Got him." Suddenly the two halves of Danzo merged back together. "Oh, come on," Water Hazard shouted in frustration. "No matter how many times you strike at me, I'll just keep coming back," Danzo warned them. "Even you have your limits," Sasuke answered, as he got into a stance while Water Hazard shifted into Naruto again. Danzo smirked at the two, feeling cocky, as Naruto shifted into his full chakra mode. "You're ours," he called, as he and Sasuke charged at Danzo, fighting him up close. Danzo was blocking their attacks, but even his enhanced strength from Swampfire DNA wasn't enough to match the strength of Naruto's Biju chakra mode. A chakra arm came from Naruto's body and slugged Danzo, making him crash onto the ground. Danzo got up and saw Sasuke thrust a Chidori right into his torso. Danzo stood there in shock, as Sasuke pulled his arm out and jumped back. He looked, seeing the whole close up. "Damn his regenerating factor." Sasuke cursed. "He can't regenerate like that from every attack," Naruto called, as he changed into Shock Switch, who was empowered by the Biju chakra, and unleashed chakra-powered lightning attacks at Danzo to paralyze him. "Now you won't escape." Sasuke stabbed Danzo with his sword, making the old man cough up some blood. "Good move, you two. But I'm not going down so easily." He punched Sasuke and pulled the sword right out of his body. "What does it take to bring him down?" Naruto asked Sasuke. Sasuke thought until an idea came to mind. "Naruto, I have an idea. Follow my lead." He charged at Danzo along with Naruto, as they fought Danzo once again. The old man launched more jets of fire from his palms. Naruto jumped aside and transformed into Echo. He unleashed his sonic scream at Danzo, distorting his senses. Taking advantage of the situation, Sasuke jumped in and started cutting Danzo's limbs. Even when they kept growing back, Sasuke just kept cutting faster. "I grow bored with this." Danzo grabbed Sasuke by the throat and threw him in the direction of Naruto, who caught his comrade. "I'm going to finish what should have happened years ago." He got ready to attack again, only to get nailed in the back by Rasengan courtesy of Minato. Danzo fell flat, as Minato stood above him. "No one threatens my son." "Dad," Naruto called. "And I brought back up." Minato smirked, as Kushina, Mikoto, Itachi, Jiraiya, Shizune, Tsunade, Hiruzen, Akane, Sakura, and the rest of the plumbers arrived armed and ready. "Danzo, you are under arrest for your crimes to the village, and attacking two of our most promising young shinobi," Hiruzen declared. "I am not coming along quietly with any of you." Danzo frowned, and was prepared to attack, only to be restrained by chakra chains coming from Kushina, as well as Hinata's mana restraints. "You." "That's right. You're not going to escape this." Kushina replied, as she and Hinata kept Danzo restrained. Tsunade spoke. Danzo, you've gone behind the backs of countless shinobi and lied to the village. Do you deny it? I did everything for the good of the village. Danzo retorted. What would you know about doing good for the village when all you've ever done is go behind our backs? Minato called him out. Itachi turned to Tsunade. Tsunade-sama, given what Danzo has done to himself, only proves he would do anything to get what he wants. I don't think any cell is worthy of him. What do you suggest then, Itachi? Tsunade inquired. That he be put down for the sake of the village. He used Danzo's words against him. That would benefit all of us, and keep his hatred from spreading to the rest of the ninja land. Tsunade pondered. And it's not like anyone would miss him. Naruto put in. Danzo growled at his mockery, until Tsunade spoke. Very well. We'll see to it he is disposed of. How about doing it right now? Sasuke suggested, as he activated his Mingekyo Sharingan. Sasuke? Sakura asked. I have a move that combines both mine and Naruto's power. Together we will finish it. Naruto, give me a Rasen Shuriken. Sure thing. Naruto used his chakra arms to mold a Rasen Shuriken. Sasuke looked at the jutsu, aiming his one eye at it. Behold my blaze style. He sent a blast of Amaterasu flames at the Rasen Shuriken, with the wind chakra mixing the blaze style with it. Sakura and Akane gasped, seeing a black fire blazing Rasen Shuriken. Amazing. Sakura gasped. That looks like one powerful jutsu. Akane added. Blaze style, Rasen Shuriken. The two called, as they launched it at Danzo. Upon contact, the jutsu engulfed Danzo into its black flames. The old man screamed as his whole body was incinerated, leaving nothing but ash. Naruto powered down his chakra mode, as Sasuke deactivated his Sharingan. The two panted and dropped to their knees. Akane, Hinata, and Tenten went over to Naruto to help him up, while Mikoto and Itachi did the same for Sasuke. Are you two okay? Itachi asked. Never been better, Sasuke answered, especially now that I've avenged all those who are innocent in our family. Sasuke's mom and brother smiled, as Kushina and Minato went over to their son. Naruto, are you okay? Minato asked. I'm fine, Dad. I don't think I've ever felt better, Naruto answered, only to get embraced all around by Hinata, Akane, and Tenten, and now I have. His parents chuckled. Meanwhile, far from Konoha, inside a cave located in the grass country, Balmark and Orochimaru stood before Kelatron and Kabuto. We trust you have good news. Balmark inquired. Of course, sir. Behold your new amalgam shinobi. Kelatron began, as he and Kabuto stepped aside, revealing Sasori, Deidara, Kakuzu, Hidan, and Kasame, who stood before them, and each spliced with alien DNA. Sasori was spliced with the DNA of Fast Track, Deidara was mutated with the DNA of Stinkfly, Hidan was spliced with Igai DNA, Kakuzu was transformed into a Diamond Head hybrid, and finally Kasame was spliced with Artiguana DNA. Orochimaru crossed his arms, looking intrigued. Very impressive choices of alien DNA to mutate with them. Thank you, my lord. I chose them myself. Kabuto answered. And you're certain they are under our complete control? Valmark asked Kelatron. Yes. I've successfully altered their minds, making them completely obedient to the both of you. Kelatron replied. Let us put that to the test. Orochimaru said, as he turned to the Sound 5, attack them. Yes, my lord. Kamimuro answered, as he and his comrade Amalgams went into battle against the mutated Akatsuki members. Yorobo attempted to bowl over Kakuzu, only for the transformed shinobi to use his diamond head durability, and combined with his own strength, to hold Yorobo in place, before throwing him into a wall, and landed on the ground looking unconscious. Kitamura was jumping around firing webs at Deidara, who was flying around while spitting goo around. Spitting is a bad habit, you know. Kitamura asked, as he continued to monkey around, only for Deidara to release his clay bombs on the Spitamonkey hybrid. Kitamura was dodging for his life, before Deidara swooped in and spat goo at Kitamura, trapping him in goo, and was thrown on top of Jirobo. Sasori was zipping around, confusing Teiwaya, who was unleashing her sonic scream at him. Stand still, you speedy puppet freak. She continued to knock him off his feet. Sasori suddenly appeared behind her, and chopped the back of her neck and threw her into the pile. Hidan was launching blasts from the eyes on his whole body at Seiken and Yukin, who kept multiplying. Dogpile. The brothers and their clones called, as they piled on top of the spliced Jashiness. Suddenly they were all repelled from blasts from all of Hidan's body eyes. The clones merged back with Seiken and Yukin, and the two were thrown into the other members of the Sound 5, leaving only Kamimuro left. The bone and cool shinobi fought Kasame, who was dodging and deflecting both his bone swords and cool missiles with Samehada, before breathing ice at Kamimuro's feet. Kamimuro broke free and went to strike at Kasame, only to get blocked by Kakuzu, who punched him away and fired diamond shards at him. Hidan struck him with eye blasts. Sasori zipped before him and slugged him. Deidara flew in and grazed Kamimuro's shoulder with his sharp stinging tail. Kamimuro was getting beaten up badly before he was tossed into the pile, leaving all 5 members of the Amalgam Sound 5 defeated. Well, what do you think? Kabuto asked. Excellent. Orochimaru answered in delight. They will make fine additions to our army. Valmark added. But to make it complete we must seek out the remaining 3 Akatsuki members. Orochimaru said. Don't worry. We'll make sure those 3 will be under our command soon enough. Kilatron promised. The 2 lords nodded, before Orochimaru turned to his 5 first amalgams. Get up already. Lying down is disgraceful to both yourselves and me. He walked away in disappointment. The amalgam sound 5 looked up and watched their master leave them, while sensing his disappointment in them. They then looked at the newer amalgams who followed Orochimaru and Valmark like total obedient servants. What just happened? Jirobo asked. I think we've been replaced. Seiken scowled. Balls. Teiwei snapped. Now what do we do? Kitamura crossed his arms. I don't know. Kamimuro answered, feeling betrayed by his own master. One afternoon at Konoha's training ground, Squad 7 minus Kakashi were getting in some training done. Naruto, who was in full-tailed beast chakra mode, was taking out targets right from left, using his taijutsu skills, shadow clones, and Rasengan combos. Sasuke was using his combination of lightning jutsu, sword skill, and Sharingan eyes. Sakura was using both her combat training with Tsunade and Plumber's skills, and finally Akane was using her own Hinyayan reflexes, combined with her Plumber's training. Naruto had just launched a Rasengan at a practice dummy, Sasuke had sliced a dummy he was fighting, Sakura punched a dummy right out of the ground, and Akane fired off blasts from 2 proto-tools she was carrying. The 4 stood together and smirked at one another. Okay, guys. Ready to try out team combo moves? Naruto asked. You bet. Akane confirmed. I'm all ready. Sakura agreed. Like you need to ask. Sasuke smirked. Then let's get started. Naruto was suddenly interrupted by his Plumber's communicator. Wonder what's up? He answered it, and saw Azmuth on screen. Naruto, you and your team are to come to Plumber's HQ at once. He ordered. Everything alright? Naruto asked in concern. Just get over here right away. Azmuth ordered, as transmission ended. Naruto looked at his team. Sounds like something serious. He powered down his chakra mode. We better head over there right away. Sasuke suggested, while deactivating his Sharingan. Right. Let's go. Sakura said, as the 4 headed over. When they arrived at Plumber's HQ, to their surprise saw the rest of their fellow Plumber ninjas gathered together along with Itachi, Jiraiya, Hiruzen, and Mikoto. Naruto turned to his parents. Mom, Dad, what's going on? All will be explained, Naruto. Minato began. Azmuth came by on his hoverpad and saw everyone. Good, you're all here. Now we can begin. First off, I want to welcome our newest allies. Newest allies? Hinata asked. Azmuth nodded and looked behind him. Come on now. Walking out into the open was Konan of the Akatsuki with her cloak looking torn up. The sight of her put the younger shinobi in shock, while Naruto on defense. An Akatsuki member here? He demanded. Naruto, stand down. Jiraiya ordered. Why would you all bring a member of the Akatsuki here? Naruto demanded answers. Because Konan has come here to help us defeat Orochimaru and Valmark. Itachi answered. What? Sasuke asked. Are you serious? Tenten asked. I am, Konan answered, as she approached. My name is Konan, I'm a Kunoichi from Amagakure, a founding member of the Akatsuki, and former pupil to Jiraiya. What? Naruto gasped before turning to Jiraiya. She was a pupil of yours. That's right, Jiraiya confirmed. So why are you here? Sakura questioned Konan. Orochimaru, Valmark, and all those who side with them have abducted over half of the Akatsuki organization, brainwashed them, and mutated them into alien hybrids. What? Lee gasped. No way. Ino gasped. Konan nodded, yes. Sasori, Deidara, Kakuzu, Hidan, and even Kasame have been forced to serve those 2. They had tried to come after me, Zetsu, and my dear friend Nagato. They couldn't obtain Zetsu, and Nagato, he committed an act of sacrifice to keep himself and his power from falling into their hands. What do you mean? Chaoji wondered. Nagato completely obliterated himself, leaving no trace of himself to be recovered. He had power and secrets that Orochimaru and even Valmark could have used to completely take this planet with no difficulty. I came here in hopes you could help me in destroying Orochimaru and Valmark. And what about the Akatsuki? Akane inquired. The Akatsuki no longer exists now that it's just me. Our plans were doomed the minute our team members were abducted. I know this is a big request coming from someone who was considered an enemy, but I beg you, this world will not survive if these 2 madmen unleash their full forces on the land. I've seen enough bloodshed at an age younger than all of you. I would not wish this upon any more innocent lives. The group looked at her, seeing how serious she was in her tone, while Naruto detected tears in her eyes. Seeing the sadness and feeling it wasn't fake, spoke up. You don't have to worry, Konan. Because I will help you. What? Sasuke gasped. Naruto? Akane asked. How can you just decide that? Sakura wondered. Naruto looked back at his team. I've seen that look before. The look of pain and suffering. It's the same look I once bore when I was only a child. Something like that can't be easily faked. And she's right. We need to stop Orochimaru and Valmark once and for all. Does everyone agree with me? The group pondered until it started to sink in. Sasuke spoke, if you really believe in her, Naruto, then I'm behind you all the way. So am I. The king agreed. Me too. Sakura stepped forward. And me. Hinata nodded, and soon everyone else agreed. Konan smiled seeing her prayers for help have been answered, until Naruto wondered, by the way, how did you escape those guys? Well, I had help. Konan admitted. Help from who? Sakura asked. That would be us. Came a familiar voice. Suddenly they looked over and approaching them was who else but the Amalgam 5. Huh. What are they doing here? Naruto called. You let Orochimaru's 5 greatest shinobi into HQ, Kane asked their superior officers. Hey, didn't you hear Konan? Teiwaya spoke up, we saved her sorry ass from our former boss. I find that hard to believe. Sasuke doubted. Why would you suddenly betray Orochimaru? Shikamaru inquired. Because he replaced us. Kamimuro answered. Replaced you? Kiba asked. Yeah. After the Akatsuki members were spliced, Orochimaru practically favored them over us. Kitamura explained. Naruto squinted his eyes at them noticing they were hiding something. You got your asses handed to them, didn't you? The 5 did a double take at him, as Seiken spoke. How did you? Just a hunch. He grinned. You can side, yes. We got clobbered when we were assigned to be their sparring buddies. Orochimaru just looked at us with disappointment as if we no longer mattered to him. Kitamura put in. And we accidentally destroyed Setsu in the process. Jirobo added. Destroyed Setsu? Naruto asked. Orochimaru wanted him, Konan, and Nagato to be captured and spliced, but we accidentally went overboard trying to prove we were as tough as the Akatsuki amalgams, and took Setsu out. Jirobo said sheepishly. So as you can plainly see we have no place left to go, and Orochimaru will surely come after us. Kamimuro explained. So we've got no other alternative but to join you guys and take him and his squid partner down. Teiwai grumbled. Naruto crossed his arms before turning to Azmuth and his parents. What do you think about this? It would be a good idea to have allies who have seen and known all of Orochimaru's and Valmark's secrets. Minato answered. And they did save Konan. Kushina noted. Indeed. So we'll be allowing them into our ranks temporarily, and if they've proven their loyalty and dedication, then we'll see to it about shortening their sentences. Azmuth finished. Naruto nodded before turning to the 5. Alright then talk. What are Orochimaru and Valmark planning? They're going to create another mass of alien amalgams using the same stuff that made us who we are. Kitamura began. And use the same kind of brainwashing they did on the Akatsuki members. Kamimuro put in. Basically if we don't do anything about it, we're as good as fucked. Teiwaya concluded. Do you know how we can get on board the ship and stop this? Sakura asked. We would even have to go on board the vessel, Seiken answered. The experiment's taking place here on Earth. Where on Earth? Sasuke inquired. In a cave close to the Hidden Sound Village. Kamimuro answered. Can you 5 show us the way? Naruto asked. We can. Seiken nodded. And we will. Kitamura concluded. Thank you. Naruto said with gratefulness. Thank us after we've won. Teiwai replied. Right. The Omnitrix shinobi replied with a chuckle. That night at HQ, Kamimuro and Konan were each enjoying a meal in the cafeteria lounge, until Naruto showed up. Hey, you two. What's going on? Oh, good evening Naruto. Konan greeted. We didn't think you'd still be here. Kamimuro said. Was getting some late night training done, Naruto said, as he took a seat next to them with a bowl of ramen. There was silence for a moment, until Naruto continued. Can I ask you two something? What is it? Kamimuro asked. How did you guys end up where you were today, be it with Orochimaru or the Akatsuki? Kamimuro and Konan looked concerned about the question, until Konan spoke first. Well, Naruto, the truth is I wasn't always part of a terrorist organization like the Akatsuki, because the Akatsuki wasn't always like this. How so? Naruto asked, as he ate. Long ago when I was just a child, I was a war orphan. My parents died in a war that went on between the greater nation. My home and aim was caught in between rivaling nations, and many people lost their lives. I was alone until I met 2 boys, Yahiko and Nagato. We did all we could to survive the hardships of after war. But one day we came across the legendary Sanin. We wanted to know ninjutsu to defend ourselves, but only Jiraiya offered to teach us. He stayed with us for a number of years until he knew we no longer needed him. Afterward we began looking for other people to add to our organization, the Akatsuki, which at the time was devoted to bringing peace to the ninja land. But one day tragedy befell us. What happened? Naruto inquired. We were set to meet with AIM's leader Hanzo to discuss a partnership. But we found out it was all a setup planned by both him and your former shinobi Danzo Shimura. Naruto frowned at the mention of the name. Hanzo ended up killing Yahiko, who tried to protect me. That in turn caused something inside Nagato to snap, and he awakened the Rinnegan. I heard of that ocular power. It's said to be greater than even the Sharingan. Naruto said. Konan nodded. Nagato succeeded in killing Hanzo and his entire army, but Nagato was never the same. He knew that the path to peace meant more than simple negotiating. So he shifted the focus of the Akatsuki to collecting the tailed beasts. And how would collecting the tailed beasts lead to peace? Naruto inquired. Nagato intended on using the tailed beasts as a war weapon which he would loan to any shinobi nation willing to pay the right price. This in turn would eventually put all of the shinobi villages out of business. The ninja lands would fear the use of the weapon and wouldn't make an attempt to try and fight. And should their fear subside, we would use the tailed beast weapon again, promoting another small era of peace in a never-ending cycle. Naruto was in shock before speaking. So you both intended to bring peace by using fear. Fear is a powerful emotion, Naruto. Anyone is capable of experiencing fear, even shinobi who have obtained the power of a god. To Nagato, fear was the only way to truly bend shinobi and people against their will to keep war and pain from spreading. I doubt Ihiko would have wanted that, but he was no longer with us. That's where you're wrong. Naruto interrupted her. What? Konan looked at him. Those who you forge bonds with never leave you. The love and friendship with those close to you live on even in death. They're what makes you stronger no matter what pain is inflicted upon you. Nagato was just too overcome with hatred to realize that, and you were just lost and confused following what your friend believed in. Konan couldn't believe how true that was. Yes. I thought Nagato knew what he was doing, and never made any real attempt to think truly for myself as an individual. Thank you, Naruto. I'm sure if Nagato were still alive, he'd be proud to see how much you remind me of Jiraiya-sensei. Naruto smiled before turning to Kimimaro. So Kimimaro, how'd a nice shinobi like you wind up with a guy like Orochimaru? Kimimaro sighed, feeling it was pointless to keep secrets now. In many ways, it's all I've ever had. Many years ago when I was just a child, I lived in Kiri with my family, the Kaguya clan. We the Kaguya, as you've heard, have the ability to manipulate our bone structures. My family took pride in its ability and relished in the chance to show off our ferocity. But that lust is what led my family to extinction. Your whole clan wiped out? Naruto asked. Yes. I alone was left alive. I had no home, no family, nothing. I wandered the land in search of a purpose. And that's when I met Orochimaru. He took me in and trained me to be his best and most loyal shinobi. I trained alongside shinobi such as Jirobo, Kidomaru, Seiken and Yukin, and Teiwaya. We became the Sound Five and Orochimaru's elite. I was even set to be a potential vessel for Orochimaru, but then I became terminally ill, living by a whim. Because of this I was bedridden and useless to him. But then Valmar came along and using cutting-edge alien technology, cured me of my disease, making me able to fight again. Though I did not expect I would be used as a subject for alien DNA splicing. But it was what my master wanted, and I had no place to question him. There's always a place to question no matter how loyal you are. Naruto said. Yes. I know that now. One of your counterparts had my own counterpart from his world at his side. He told me Orochimaru cared nothing for us, no matter how pleased he may sound. I didn't believe him because he was just a counterpart from another world, nothing like my own. But I guess if there's one constant in any universe, it's that Orochimaru will always sacrifice anyone to get what he desires. And that's a fact. Naruto added. But now my loyalties to him are nothing but memories. For I intend to start a new life when this is over. I see, Naruto said, before smiling at him. I'm sure whatever new life you decide to make after this will be better than your old one. Kimimaro smiled and thought, he truly is an amusing one, this boy. Meanwhile, somewhere in the hidden Sound Village, inside a cave stood Orochimaru and Valmark with their Akatsuki amalgams before them. While at the sides of the two masterminds were Ninanin, Tachiko, and Kilitron. For years we've sought to bring this ninja land to its knees, and tomorrow our objective will finally be at hand. Orochimaru began. For tomorrow, we destroy Naruto and all who stand at his side, Valmark continued, and then the ninja lands will be ours, and eventually the world. Tachiko whispered to Ninanin, are you just as excited as I am about this? I'm aching with joy. Ninanin answered dryly. Tachiko rolled his eyes, having wished for a more excited reaction than that, but brushed it off as he and the others watched their two masters bask in what's soon to be their victory over the world. Thanks for listening. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want the next part of this video, like, subscribe and comment down below, and turn on the bell notification. And also check out other videos that I have created and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.